Hello. How's it going, Andrew? I see a single person here in the chat, which is fantastic. Thanks for joining, checking in on the stream. So, a couple of weeks ago, I had, the whole concept of the stream, right, is to roll the dice to decide on sequencers and synthesizers. And a couple weeks ago when I did my first stream, I rolled for the Zaquencer and I rolled for the SH32. And I didn't know where either of the power adapters were. So this time, just to prove that they work, I guess, I decided to just kind of start out with them. Just for a little bit of background noise to begin with. And I mean, this is only my second stream, so I don't think anybody is really like tuned in to me on a regular basis at this point, because there is no regular basis. But I bailed on last week's stream because I had to put my kitten to sleep, and I was just not in the headspace to deal with a stream. And I'm extremely sad about that, but one of the great things about synthesizers, one of the things I like about them, I've never aimed to make big club hits or anything like that. I just aim to enjoy myself and to feel inspired and to feel good about myself when I make music. It's a fun therapeutic thing for me. So yeah, being able to make a little bit of music when I'm feeling down is a good move for me. Another thing I changed since the first stream, I was having a lot of difficulties with my mixer on that first stream, because I've got the Zoom Live Track L12. I absolutely love that mixer. It's fantastic. I like that it's able to record multi-tracks to an SD card. So if I perform out somewhere at a synthesizer meet or a coffee shop or whatever, I can record my set and bring it back and whatever. It's great. I love it. But running it into my computer, it runs each channel in as a separate channel, right? So each of the 12 tracks was a different channel, and I was struggling to get those working. So today, I'm running the L12 into just a simpler USB interface, a Presonus Audio Box USB 96. So everything's going down to stereo. At that point, I can mix over here to the right of me, and then the audio actually gets transmitted to the left, so that's fantastic. It's much easier. I got all my cables and stuff found here behind me. The only cable I could not find today, and I'm not convinced it's gone, is the power cable for the BeatStep Pro. Of course, the BeatStep Pro runs on what's that called? Like a micro USB. So I'm sure I've got something around here. But yeah, the one that came with the BeatStep Pro is super nice, and I wish I could find it. But that is okay. So anyhow, Yeah, let's get started, I guess. Got these two going. I don't think I'm gonna continue with these long term for today's stream. I just wanted to really like fulfill the initial role. You know what I mean? Trees. No, I get you, man. There's a little tree for you. I might have another one around here. Somewhere. Although I assume you meant a different kind of tree. I do actually get it. I don't know where my little trees went. Yeah, I got all sorts of little doodads. Here's you know, Karl Marx. Okay, we got Marx. We got a 3D printed dog. Shout out to my friend Sarah. We used to work at Micro Center together, and she made that for me. I went to a rock store. That's underselling it. Yes, that's good, Andrew. I like that. I like that thought process. Yes, I am in the happy place. I could figure out what these rocks are real quick if I wanted to. I've got the little like cards for them in my closet. I just thought they looked cool. It's a little too bright for that one. It's got some nice like green layers. Anywho, so again, just to recap what we're doing here today. Oh, let me fix this angle. All right. I have roughly 6 sequencers and roughly 6 synthesizers. Some of the sequencers are groove boxes, such as the MPC and the Polyen devices, so they include drums in them. If I roll for a sequencer that does not have drums built in, I have a Roland TR-8, which I love so much. It sounds so beautiful to me. So we'll use that if we need to. Additionally, some of my synthesizers are multi-timbral, right? So if I roll, for instance, the SH32 or the Waldorf Blofeld, or maybe even the MPC, just depending on how I'm feeling, I might just use the synthesizers kind of all in one sort of deal. Also, I on number 6 there, it says modular / Roland SC55. I found this in my closet, right? And I have all the cables for it. It's in really, really good shape. If you tuned into the stream last week, I mentioned that I got the microphone from my friend Nick, who had passed away a couple years ago. And I also got the SC55 from him. And I have never used it, okay? So this could be a real fun thing. But my understanding is that it's got, it's like general MIDI stuff, right? My understanding is that the sound like vibe is very like GameCube era, like Wind Waker and Mario Sunshine, kind of like flutes and so I don't know. I've never really used this. I do have a different audio cable for it because it uses RCA plugs. So I've got the cable I need for that. I've got the power cable. So the reason I put it on the same line as the modular is because the modular uses obviously like eighth inch, whatever, 3.5 millimeter, whatever they are, patch cables, and not every sequencer has outputs for that. So like, for instance, BeatStep Pro and the modular would be really kind of a match made in heaven, but the Zaquencer and the SH32 are a match made in heaven, but this Zaquencer wouldn't really do a lot for me with the modular. So the concept is, if I roll, you know, the Terise Squid or the Zaquencer, and then I roll a number 6 for the synthesizer, I'll kind of wing it. Maybe I'll pick the SC55 instead of the modular. But anyhow, I think this little hold music is wearing a little bit thin. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna roll, let's see. I think I described this one as copper and this one as piss last time. And this dark kind of coppery one is going to be the sequencer. Okay, so let's figure out what sequencer we're going to play with today. 2 MPC Live. Okay. MPC Live. Shh. Okay, I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to get the MPC Live out and start working. And if I feel like I want to hook up additional synthesizers, I'll roll again at that point. But the MPC's kind of got everything built in. So bear with me just 1 minute while I get that up here. MPC. I had it plugged in just the other day because I got a little overexcited about the 3.0 firmware. I thought that it was out, but it is not. It's just in beta. All right. There it is, the Zaquencer and the SH32. The initial roll has been fulfilled. Let's swap these out real quick. Andrew, you mentioned that you're a newbie. When you say a newbie, do you mean like to synthesizers in general, or just like to my stream, or like what are you referencing there? If you're still in the chat, that is. If not, no hard feelings. I get it. Let's see. Left. All right. MPC Live. So when I use the MPC Live, I have a tendency to make you just try. Oh, hell yeah. Excellent. Glad to have you here. Twin City Synth Group is fantastic. The like synthesizer and dance music community, and like just electronic music community in general in the Twin Cities is spectacular. That's like, I only moved here in 2020, and I won't be moving again. And a lot of the reason for that is the music community here. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of the MPC workflow as it is. I'm very, very excited for firmware 3.0. The lighting gets fucked when the sun sets. Anywho, so I don't have a really excellent grasp of the MPC firmware, or like rather the MPC like sequencing workflow. So what I normally do is, okay, so a sequence is like the master container. Okay, so like I'm used to other devices. For instance, the social entropy engine, right? The social entropy engine or the BeatStep Pro patterns are on a per track basis. So I've got my lead track, or I've got my bass track, and I've got my drum track. Each of them, you can select the pattern per track. With this, my understanding, maybe I'm just a dumb guy. Maybe I just am not very in tune with how this thing works. But my understanding is that the pattern contains the tracks. So a pattern, let's say the pattern is 16 bars. In that 16 bar pattern, you've got drums, bass, lead, chords, etc. So if you switch to a new pattern, you could have completely different drums, bass, lead, chord, etc. I prefer sequencers where you can switch patterns on a per track basis, but we'll just make do with it, right? And Andrew, I am still looking at chat, so I'm curious about your experience here. Have you been able to make it out to one of the synth meetups yet? And for starters, here on the MPC, I'm gonna pick a drum. I like the drum synthesizer that's built into the MPC. It's really good sounding. Really good sounding. Does that make sense? So, I think that's a plug-in right there. And then we'll choose drum plugins. I'm not sure if this is visible at all. I know my hand's over it. And the quality of this camera is it's not really on the fine-tuned stuff. So all right, we'll take a drum synth multi. Recent invite from a friend. Oh, nice. Well, glad to have you. Yeah, we've got a lot of good people in the Twin Cities synth community. Really, really active. House music, techno music, drum and bass music. I met some guys who do like psytrance recently. Nick Twist, I think was his name. I sold him something, or gave him. I traded him like a Yamaha keyboard or something. Andrew, do you have a favorite genre of electronic music? Do you are you an avid listener of electronic music? Like, what are some of your faves? And this is like a little sneaky way to try to figure out what I'm gonna make right now. I want to pick a genre and I can't figure it out. I like these really weird ones. I like the ones that have like a beefy kick and snare, and then everything else is like super ethereal. That's fun for me. Oops. Okay. I think I'm going to start with just kind of a 4 on the floor thing. Let's set the tempo. I've got my default tempo at 90 because I do prefer lower tempos, but let's go like 128. And then I'll use the little step sequencer. And so with the MPC, the way I operate it, and again, I'm not super skilled with the MPC. I'm kind of a novice. But the way that I do it is to make what I think will be my shortest track first, right? So I start with drums, because drums can be 1 bar, and then by the time you draw it out to 4 bars, it's really just the same bar, but with variations per bar. Not really like a consistent melody throughout, like a lead would be. So I normally start with this, then I do a little bass, then I start lengthening it out to maybe 16 bars for chords, and then maybe I'll like lead play over it. I wonder if I have my key step around here somewhere. I think it's in the basement. Oh well. Okay. Okay, kind of like a halftime clap. I like that. Okay, this gives us something to work with. This gives us like a framework. So it's I lied. I told you I was going to do the bass next, but I'm probably going to do chords next because I like to establish kind of like the framework first. So let's go back to the main page. I'm going to name my tracks while I'm here so I don't forget what they are. Track 1, drums, and plugin 1 is also going to be named drums. And then let's pick a new track with a new plugin. Okay, and I do have... Oh, no, I want to... Where's the button? Sounds. I have some favorites set here. That's a really interesting key. I don't think I'll keep that. Hold on. Pad perform. A major? No. I'm more of like a E flat minor kind of guy. I don't know. D sharp minor. Let's go up a couple octaves. Okay, I don't want this sound though. No. I don't know, just something like that. Just pick a few notes that sound reasonable. But I need to want to pick a different sound. Okay, so if anyone is in the chat who has an MPC with the default like plugins, please somebody make it make sense. The only good one is Hype. Mellotron sucks. Bassline sucks. Tube Synth sucks. Odyssey sucks. Fabric sucks. The only one I like is Hype and Drum Synth. What's up, Tony? Good to see you. Tony, I thought you weren't going to make it. I thought you had business to attend to. Good to see you. Good to see you. I do love Hype. It's got a lot of versatility. Let's find a pad warm. We'll choose. I know it's kind of difficult to see the screen, so I'll try to read out what I'm choosing. Seafarer sounds like a fun pad. Nah. Percussive panpipes. Okay, this might be fun for like a bluesy kind of solo. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing there. Maybe that's too goofy. I just have the... You have a force? Oh, hell yeah. Nice. I've heard good things about the force. In fact, the new MPC firmware that's coming out apparently has taken a lot of key features from the force, such as the arranger view. Okay. I think I'm in the wrong zone here, right? I really like pads. I really like long, like 1, 2, 3, 4 bar pads. But this house tempo might not be for it. Here's what I'm going to do. Alright, this is not a good... Oh my god, dude. I would love a Summit. I've always wanted those nice Novation synths, like the Peak and the Summit. I'm kind of jealous of you, bud. I'm going to switch the drum sounds here. But I'm going to go for more of like a drum and bass kind of vibe. We'll pick up the tempo too. I'm gonna do kind of like a slower drum and bass thing. 152. I really like atmospheric drum and bass or like liquid drum and bass, stuff like that. I'm looking for one that has a real nice, like tight snare. Okay, I do love garage music too. I like Dizzy Rascal a whole lot. That's grime, not garage, but you know, whatever. Okay, already? Ah, God. I wish my TR8 was just the sounds for everything. Machine, what is this? Nope. So, anyway, I see there's a handful of people in the chat, but yeah, don't get excited about anything being finished here while I'm working today. My objective is not to finish music. My objective is just to make music for funsies. This could work. I don't know. It's got kind of like a push to it. Like a forward momentum. I mean, you know me, Tony. My objective is never to finish anything. Or really, more accurately, it's more accurate to say I just consider things finished sooner than most people would. They are finished when I'm done working on them, and I'm done working on them usually very quickly. Okay, a little 808 action. Okay, here we go. We're on track. Nope. Alright. I lied again. I said we were going to do it with the pads first, but we're not. We're going to do the bass first. And it's boring and cliche, but whatever. It gets the job done. Okay. Track 2, plug in 2, wonderful. So I've only got, did you really? I wasn't a huge fan, but maybe we'll revisit the pads in a couple of minutes. In fact, I'm not even sold on this. It's too like growly, but I want something smoother, like sine wavy. Bass fuzz, bass summer, bass sub might be where I want to be. Okay, that's. I don't even know if this is audible over the thing. Like, can you hear that bass even? It's really low. I can barely hear it. Close. I hear the percussion, but not what you're doing. Yeah, okay, good. That's good to know. So I need to pick a different bass line that will be more audible. And maybe it's just a matter of turning up the volume. I don't know. Okay. We're on to something here. I'm going to change the scale. Nope. Okay, I like this. Okay, I think this is like 4 measures. I'm not good at counting, at least not at this speed. So I've got my sequence set to 1 bar. In order to expand it out to 4 bars, to make room for this bass line, this legato bass line, I'm going to do it by multiplying the drum track. Because if I just extend the sequence length, the drum track will stay at 1 bar, I think. So what I'm going to do is multiply the drum track 4 times. So how do I do this? Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Convert to or do I actually, is it at the sequence level? Double length. Okay, let's see what happens. So now it's at 4 bars. Okay, it did it. So okay, so you double length at the sequence level, and it automatically doubles what's under it. Got it. Okay, sure, that's something. It'll get us there. Oh, wrong one. You are 100% correct. The Blofeld, the Cobalt, the Argon, and the SH32 all have quite good pads. Okay, I messed up the timing a little bit, but I feel like it's okay. Why is... Oh, okay. So I made a mistake by making it too legato. What I did was it's so legato that it's never starting a fresh note, so it's just getting quieter and quieter. So what I need to do is adjust... Yeah, I really like the Cobalt and the Argon. They are made by the same company. They're made by Modal Electronics. Very, very, very good virtual analog. But honestly, like, I think they'd be duplicates for you. I think you've got stuff that already covers that space. I mean, I'm kind of sure you do, because you've got a lot of stuff. You've been going crazy over there, Tony. What am I looking for? This button. Where are my notes? There they are. So I want to, I'm not, well, yeah, you can kind of see that, right? The notes overlap a little bit, which is usually fine, but they are losing volume. So I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. No, time settling. Yeah. I think you're good. I like that you've been, digging into the social entropy engine a little bit more. The fact that you, like what we were saying in the group made sense to you is a really good sign, because honestly, I struggled to wrap my head around the snapshots. Ah. Okay, let's just need to get more accurate. Edit start. Okay, and then okay, it's really at the end of this sequence that I need to fix. I need it to stop. It's like overlapping the end of the phrase just a little bit so that the sound doesn't re-trigger. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, I kind of like this, but I don't feel like it really resolves the tension of the melody or whatever. So what I'm going to do is double the length again and change that last note on the second go round. So I doubled it again, so we're at 8 bars. We're on track 2. This is the bass line. In fact, I'm going to name it, because otherwise I'll forget once I get deeper into this. Bass. Bass. Okay. And so now that we've done that, been drinking some beers. Got the carbonation burps. Okay. So I think you can see that pretty well on the screen. It's the same thing twice, right? Like you can see that. It just at a glance, it looks it's mirrored. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna mess with this last note, and so it'll go ba 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 ba. You know, something like that. Just a little variation to it. Transpose. Ooh, what did I do? I wish. Okay, so my maybe I don't fully understand the MPC workflow. That's completely possible. But I keep creating notes when I just want to edit notes. I don't know how to edit notes without also being able to create notes. And I'm not that accurate with my stupid fingers. God damn it. And I'm very, very excited about MPC 3.0, but this one bugs me. Okay, they're gone. Nice. Yeah, exactly. I don't like that I have a new note. Okay. That's closer to what I want, but I think I want another note like ba ba na na, like a little bit of like a forward momentum on the second half of that first part of the phrase. So it's like yeah, I want something at this fourth bar. So let's see what this does. Does this just okay? That's what I should be using. I should be using the selector. This like, well, you can't really see it, but there's like a pencil icon, an eraser icon, and then like a gridded box like you can drag to select. That's what I should be using to edit the notes. Okay. Now I know. I've educated myself. Okay, edit end. We'll bring this back a little ways. And then we'll create a new one there. Edit start, edit end. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I'm almost there. So we'll edit the end, bring this back a little bit, and we'll put another one in there. Boop. Edit the start, edit the end. Yeah. Okay, I want that to go deeper as well. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're making a little bit of progress here. I want this okay, that's the note I want, I think. Okay. Kind of. Not quite. I'm gonna move this up. Okay, two things. One, there's a very human mistake in this part of the playing, and it's because I played it in manually the first time. I like the mistake, but I don't like it twice. So I think the second one I'm gonna quantize. Just do it like that, and maybe even bring it. Okay, real tight. Okay. Second of all, I think I want to have a rising melodic part at the end of this. So, like, let's see here. You know, something to lead back into the next part. So we're gonna edit the end, bring this back here, put in boop, and yes, exactly, Tony, exactly. That's what I'm. We're on the same page here. That's not quite right. That's not quite right. Oh. Interesting. This note is out of the key. I'm going to fix that. Right. And then I'll move this one down, and then oh, okay. Kind of. I think that the actual like scale itself might be part of the problem. There's a little bit of a sound to it that I don't really love. So I'm in G, harmonic minor. I wanted to be in maybe natural minor. I think I slipped up on that. So let's see. So everywhere there's, it's like my main note in this phrase is that F sharp. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab both these F sharps and transpose them down one. No! That sounds like dog shit. What am I doing? Okay. You know what? Boom. How do I get rid of it? Shift, boom. Not available. I can't delete. It won't let me delete these notes. Okay, I'm going to G major and E minor are related relative minor. I think I'm in minor though. I think I'm G minor. So G minor, what's the you give me your circle of fifths knowledge, Tony. What's the relative major for maybe G minor just sounds like dog shit. Remember? Okay. I'm gonna maybe do they got like Dorian in here? I'm a Dorian slut. I love me some Dorian. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Tony. I was just kind of poking at you and just generally being a dunce. Not a big deal. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna. That G is the root note now, so let's select everything. Move it up to where that G is. I also think I don't like the way this upwards momentum goes. I think instead of it's like I think I want it to be like like spike upward and then drag it back down. I don't know. Maybe I'm not making any sense. I enjoy making music, but I'm not like a fucking smart guy by any means. So what I'm gonna do is move this one. I'll move this one up. No, not quite. Do you think MPC Studio 2 is good? This, first of all, this is an MPC Live, and I love it. It is not the Live 2. It is not the newer one. I got this one as a hand-me-down. I got a good deal on it from my buddy Jason, who recently moved from Minneapolis and will be dearly missed. Good dude. I also got the Argon 8 from him. There's something else I bought from him too. He's a solid guy. Miss him. But I got this as a hand-me-down because he upgraded to a bigger MPC. I think he got the X or whatever it's called. I, generally speaking, love this thing. It's not as intuitive coming from a lot of other different sequencers, but it's such a powerhouse. Cool. Yeah, that's exciting. I think really the key for the MPC series is the software, and they're about to update the firmware to from the 2.14 I think it's at right now. They're going to 3.0, and it's bringing in a lot of new big features. So I'm very excited about that. One of the things I like about it, this is kind of a sidebar. I'm not even making music right this minute, but I have guitars. I also have Parkinson's disease, so I'm not skilled with these guitars, right? I have a shitload of pedals with like a reverb and delay. I like playing like ambient chords into things, right? With the MPC, I can play guitar directly into it. And I can record samples of my like ambient guitar tones into the MPC directly and then resample them and transpose them. And I fucking love it. It's spectacular. Like when I have the time and the energy to get set up with that like workflow, it's a whole lot of fun. It's something you can't do with like really any other sequencer, and I like that a lot. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the MPC. Like I said, I got this one kind of at a discount when my friend Jason upgraded, and I definitely will be buying newer MPCs in the future. Yeah, I'm sold on it. Way back when I had an MPC 1000 and I didn't get it, like it didn't click for me, but that was like right when I was starting out with electronic music in general. And it makes a lot more sense to me now. And I love these new ones. I'm actually not familiar with the Studio 2. Is that like a software? I'll look this up. MPC Studio. Oh, okay. It's like a controller for the PC software. Cool. Yeah. I'm not super into the software side of the MPC. Tony knows, but I'm a Linux man. So the MPC software does not run in Linux, which is kind of a bummer, honestly. A lot of the software I have doesn't run natively in Linux, so I have to do a whole lot of work to get it working. But I think that's a fantastic place to start. If you're just getting started with electronic music and you want to do something on a budget, fuck yeah. The first thing I ever bought was an MPD32, which is kind of the similar thing. It's a MPC-based computer controller with the grid and everything. So MPD32 is where I started. I ended up selling that to a guy named Aerotime, which I talked about last week. Bobby, great man, very talented bass and glitch. What music production software works on Linux? Bitwig, but I don't have it. I'm not a very in the box kind of guy, Andrew. I have a license for Ableton 11 Suite, the top tier one. It was cost me $600 or $700, but it's going unused right now because of this. But I have a Windows laptop, and I have a Mac, an iMac that I also got from Jason, who I got this MPC from, that he got at an auction. It's an older one, but it's whatever. You're a Linux elitist. Oh, hell yeah. You're in good company. Yeah, I love my Windows laptop just so I can play The Sims. Sit in the living room and play The Sims with my girlfriend. Or honestly, I've got a Lenovo laptop and it plays Baldur's Gate 3 really well. Anyway, let me get back to this melody before I forget what I'm doing. Also, sidebar to the sidebar. Should I roll again at the top of the hour? We're 4 minutes from 8 p.m. Central. Should I roll the dice again and try something and maybe see if I can hit my stride a little better? I'm having fun and I think I could make more progress here, but there are other devices that are more intuitive to me. And I just but I'll leave it up to the audience here. Okay. I don't like this note. That one should go down. Okay, that's closer. This is cool. Let's see here. I don't remember. Ooh, you don't recommend Bitwig. That's interesting. I was thinking about buying it. I ran the demo of Bitwig on my Linux laptop, but I really don't do music on my computer. Yeah. I don't do music on my computer all that much either, just because I do computer work for a living. And so when I'm doing music, I want to have more a different experience. It's not fun for me to tweak filters and ADSR, envelopes with a mouse and keyboard. That's just not fun. So for me, music is about fun. I will say I've got a lot of stuff now, but this has all been acquired over the course of 15 years. I've been into this stuff since about 2009. The BeatStep Pro I've had almost that entire time. This is my second Zaquencer, but I had a Zaquencer since about 2010, 2011. Blofeld, this is my second Blofeld, but I've had that a long time as well. So, this is, a long time coming, and it got to a point where I was, buying and trading and selling. So, a lot of this stuff has just come from, I I don't know, time, I guess. It's not, by no means did I jump in whole hog like Tony here. Tony, yeah, he's talking a little bit about it right now, but Tony, I met Tony, maybe like 3 months ago, I guess. And I had posted like, the social entropy engine was the most expensive thing I had ever bought for my music. And so when I resold it, I sold it for roughly the same price because it was already used, and it didn't lose any of its value or anything. And I posted it, and like 20 minutes after I posted it, this guy I'd never heard of was like, "Yeah, I'll get you cash right now. What do you need?" And I like messaged like 3 other people. I was like, "Who is this person? Is he legit?" No, Tony was just going all in. Tony's just big on the synthesizers right now. He's got his retired time, and he's living his life to the fullest, making the most of his time, having his hobbies, which is fantastic. I love that. I think it's very, very, very important to keep hobbies, and very important to stay creatively engaged. Yeah, honestly, I think I might just re-roll because I do like the MPC, but I'll be honest with you, I'm sitting here playing with it, and I'm just thinking about firmware 3.0. I want firmware 3.0. I don't feel satisfied. Plus, I'm not loving these sounds. So here, maybe what I'll do, I'll roll the piss-colored one, which is the synthesizer dice. And maybe what I'll do is roll for a synthesizer, and if I get a synthesizer that I think will pair well with the MPC, I'll just add it to this situation. Because I do love the drums in the MPC. Yeah, we'll do that. Neutron. I love my Neutron. But not with the MPC. So we're going to roll a sequencer. Oh, fuck. I'm not doing the tracker. I'm sorry, I'm not doing the tracker. The tracker, it would be even more frustrating to me than MPC. Okay, Zaquencer, Neutron, Cobalt. Let's fucking do it. Alright, give me a minute. Don't save. I never save anything. I never save any of my projects in any of my work. It's all fresh every time. What did I say? Neutron, Cobalt, Zaquencer? Okay. And since the Zaquencer does not have built-in drums, I'll also get the TR-8. Okay. Neutron. Gotta move some of my doodads. Oh, yeah, I was looking at that Proton. Did it just come out, or is it coming out soon? I really, really, really adore my Neutron. If you are doing synthesis on a budget, get the Neutron. It has so many sweet spots. It sounds so good. Oof. That's plugged in. Neutron. Jimmy Neutron. TR8. Yeah, the Cobalt is great. The Cobalt is great. I really love it. And honestly, my love for the Cobalt comes from the same place as my love for the Blofeld. They're both virtual analog. They have similar workflows, although the Cobalt is much more immediate and it sacrifices a little bit of depth because of that. Whereas the Blofeld has like 8 or it's like 8 or 12 modulation slots that you can map things to. This maybe has, well, this actually, I think it learns, I don't know. Well, for one thing, the Blofeld is multi-timbral, which I love. This is like only one sound at a time, but it sounds spectacular. Okay. Yeah, I actually prepared today. My last stream, I spent like 15 minutes looking for power cables and then couldn't find them. It was pretty lame. Okay, where to... Oop. Andrew, I'm curious if I know your friend. Not like I know everybody in the Twin City Synth group, but if you feel comfortable saying your friend's first name, I'd be interested to know who recommended you to the group. Oh, nice, nice. What is his performing name? I mean, if you feel comfortable, no big deal either way. Okay, okay. Cade. Okay, well, I don't think I met Cade, but that's cool. I'm glad that bringing people into the group. So I look forward to meeting you both at the next Twin City Synth meet, whenever that is. I should talk to Craig about performing at one. I performed at the one. Gosh, was it this April or last April? Or last, I don't remember which year it was, but I performed with the Social Entropy Engine, the Cobalt, the TR8, the Blofeld, I think. It was a lot of fun. I've got the set on my YouTube channel. I recorded it. Okay. Power, MIDI, audio, power, MIDI. So I just need audio here. All right. Okay, so that one up. Mix. Okay. Okay, I think I've got it all. Let's see. Instrument play. Who needs a Christmas tree when you have all these lights? Seriously. It's fun. I like this a lot. It's, gosh, man. I love making music. Okay. So that is on MIDI channel 15. I just know this because I know this. This is on 3, and I think this one's on 10. So let's see. I'll put the bass on the first channel. MIDI channel 15. Put the cobalt on this one, which is 3, and fourth channel will be that. Wait, what? I'm setting up the drum notes. So each one of these, what is that, 16 can represent a different drum note. So I've got global. I'm holding this because this little button says drum notes. I'm just saying these real quick. Bear with me. Okay, I think I'm just going to use the first 8 because I don't really use toms. I don't know if that's lame. I know that toms can be used to like flesh out a sound a lot of a drum rhythm, but I don't enjoy using them. Let's set our BPM. Okay, yeah, it's 82 for sure. Why not? 4. Select. Whoa. All right, I'm just gonna wipe all these tracks. So track 1 is the bass line. We'll hold note mute and turn them off. Track 2, note mute, turn them off. By holding a button and turning one knob, you actually do that thing for all the tracks, or for all the notes. So if I'm on the bass line track and I hold note mute and I turn it, it turns them all on. And then back off. So that's just a little shortcut with the sequencer. Don't know if that matters at all. Oh no. Let's turn that delay off. Setting, this one says sequence length, and then you can set it to be, that's actually not what it's doing right now. So track 4 sequence length, I'll set it to be 16 steps, just because I don't want to mess with the complexity of 32 right now. Instrument select, kick drum, kick, 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 kick. Snare or clap? Okay. Oh, this one is a side stick, like a rim shot. Okay. No rim shots, no claps, no snares for right now. We'll do... Okay, just a little simple, consistent thing. Let's look at the bass line. No, false alarm. What is this one on? Quad ambient. This is one of my favorite patches. It says quad ambient. Well, we'll just listen to it. Hold on. Got like there's a lot to it for just one note at a time. It's not a polyphonic patch. It just sounds so big. It's just one of the presets in the Cobalt that I enjoy. I'm a preset guy. I do some sound design from time to time, but I don't worry myself about it. But actually today, we're going to choose a different patch. Oh, this is actually like one that I downloaded separately, I think. Okay, so this patch is called Beyond Balmer, and I know it's a reference to like a house music guy. I'm not cultured, so I don't know who he is. But I have listened to some of his music. I'm not like, I honestly just go to local house music stuff. I don't like listen to big house music artists. So, but this patch is is really versatile. So what I'll do is on these first notes here, I'll set them to be chords, and then I'll set plucks for the rest. Okay, that's something. It didn't play. Hold on. Okay, it is playing, it's just not. I can see the light lighting up here that indicates it's receiving MIDI. Oh, there we go. So one oddity. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see this. Is the TR-8 playing its own sequencer, or is it driven by the Zaquencer? In this case, it is driven by the Zaquencer. The master clock is the Zaquencer. It is also sequencing everything. So these mixing faders still work on the TR-8, right? But the sequencing is going on at the Zaquencer level. Now, that's actually a fantastic question, though, because sometimes, in fact, a lot of times, if I'm playing live, I do sequence on the TR-8 separately. Just because it's more immediate. Because this is great. I love the Zaquencer. It's very immediate for me. But with drum patterns, it gets a little more challenging. But with this, I can just bop, bop, switch to whichever, you know, and put the steps down. So when I'm playing live, I do play with this. So this TR-8 is set to external master clock, external MIDI clock. Yes, it is. Found the issue with my Neutron. It's that the oscillator 2 is mistuned. messed up. So even if you use the internal sequencer, you'll still use MIDI start stop from the sequencer. Actually, it's even simpler than that, Tony. The sequencer in the TR-8 is not even running. I can throw a bunch of like items on here, like events, and they just won't happen. Because it's not that the sequencer is telling the TR-8 when to run, it's just simply controlling it as an external sound module. What did I do? Okay, so I am still learning about this particular area MIDI clock and when to use this. Yeah, and it's a preferential thing, right? Like, I personally like to have one place where I'm controlling everything from. I do not, it stresses me out to have this just driving the clock of this, but then I don't know, it's weird. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, this track 2 is the cobalt, right? The pluck. I'm going to match the bass line to the first note of each line. So the ring lights, the rings around these knobs indicate a lot of different things, but in note pitch mode, they indicate what note they are. So I can just visually look at them and match the bass line to those same notes. Maybe in different octaves or whatever, but it'll at least overlap at certain points and sound coherent. Also, another side note, I have these two knobs in global mode determine scale. So the sequencer is locked to a scale. So I can turn any of these knobs anywhere I want and it will always sound relatively good. Observe. Can't go wrong. That's why I love the sequencer for playing live. let's bring the bass line back a little bit. Let's speed up this pattern a little bit, I think. Oh yeah, lock to scale is a must-have in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, I love the immediacy of the Zaquincer. It's so much fun to me. I do wish it was a little more like twice as many steps, but then it would be too many fucking knobs, right? 32 steps, 2 bars. There's no probability options, which is kind of a bummer sometimes. You just have what you have. So instead of probability, what you have is your hands, right? So what I'll do sometimes, I'll illustrate. Trying to find a good patch for this real quick. Oh, these are all bass. I need I love harp sounds. I've always used harp sounds in my music over the long term. Yeah, generative stuff is cool. If you like well, I can't say that. I was about to tell you to buy something. I'm not going to tell you to buy something. Are you kidding me? Okay. the Digitact, the Electron boxes. Syntact or Digitact would be really, really good for generative. Okay, so what I'm going to illustrate right now is what I do instead of generative stuff on the Cobalt. There's a few things I can do. I've got every step. I've set the sequence to 16 steps. Every step is filled. So what are my options here? Well, I set them to kind of like individual arpeggios, right? 4, 4, 4, 4 different arpeggios. I didn't like the digitone either. I like the Digitact, I like the Syntax, did not like the digitone. So 4, 4, 4, 4 different arpeggios. So what can I do? I can change the sequence length to 4 notes. Sequence offset then. Oh, that's not the one. Sequence start. And so now I've got like hands-on control of which arpeggio is playing. Another option is to change the direction to random. And maybe even slow down the clock division. Right? So there's a lot of hands-on options with this thing. I love it. I love it. And the great thing is I can change the clock division and the sequence length and everything on the fly. And when things line up in new, unexpected ways, it can still sound good. Another trick I used playing live with the Sequencer and the Blofeld, since this has 16 tracks, 16 patches that you can run simultaneously, and the Sequencer has 4 tracks. I assigned still a little bit loud for me. I'm trying to think. So out of the 16 tracks on the Blofeld, I made the first 4 tracks bass, the second 4 tracks pads, the third 4 tracks leads, and the fourth 4 tracks whatever else, right? Like plucks or something. So then, on the fly, I've got my patterns that I'm working with in the Sequencer, but I can change the MIDI channel that those patterns are pointed to. So effectively switch from one bass sound to a different bass sound, maybe a percussive bass sound to a legato bass sound on the fly. And that was a lot of fun. So I was just performing with Sequencer, Blofeld, and I used the BeatStep Pro to control. Since this thing only has a few knobs, I use the BeatStep Pro to manage the filter envelopes and stuff like that. It's fun. It's fun. We're just having fun, you know? I'm glad, Tony. Like, that's the whole objective, right? I just wanted to stream to, like, have kind of a stream of consciousness. Yeah. About my creative process. I don't, I think people online, like on Reddit and, I don't know, Instagram, wherever, Twitter, they focus very much on a finished product. They focus very much on a finished product. And I think there's a lot to be said for the creative process. Because, like, where I'm at now with this sound, with this vibe, I love, like, adding some LFO modulation here. I could jam on this, like, what is this, 1 bar? Okay, somewhere between 2 and 4 bars. I could jam on this for an hour and a half and just be completely happy and just be enjoying my life, enjoying my time, and feeling fulfilled in what I'm doing at the moment. So this to me is very, very pleasant sounding. And it's very, very pleasant to play with because there's not a lot that can go wrong. Switch some patches up. Let's see if I can get one that works well. This is one that I sound designed myself. I'm having fun. And truthfully, probably won't change much until I get off stream in, like, I don't know, 15 minutes or whatever. I'm just gonna noodle around. I'll probably try to make the bass line a little more interesting though. I might do to the bass line to make it a little more interesting is add some bounce to it, like boom bum, like some octaves. synthesizers. Go figure. The bell sounds that they have, but I don't like actually interacting with FM synthesizers. Oh, this one sounds like, what's the word? Detuned a little bit, which is fun. Ooh, I like the crunch on this one, the bit crush. Yeah, I agree. Make it a sharper decay. What is that effect? We got the lo-fi effect and a ping pong delay. With a lot of feedback. Love messing with the modulation depth on the Neutron. The modulation depth, see, I've got nothing plugged into the patch bay here. So the default routing for the modulation is from the LFO to the filter. So I put it on a sine wave LFO. Oh, you can't really see it. Hold on. Maybe you still can't see it. Put it on a sine wave LFO shape. Really, really high rate. Right? This is what happens when I turn down the rate. Really, really high rate with some resonance. in some envelope. Sounds kind of like it's talking to me. Ow, 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 ow. It's fun. I like it. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here in the next 5 or 6 minutes, probably. And I appreciate you all for being here. I'm going to try to be really consistent with Wednesday nights. I'm sorry I missed last week. I mentioned this at the beginning, but nobody was in the chat really. Last Tuesday, my kitten had to be put down to put to sleep. She had feline leukemia virus, which should have been caught before we even adopted her, but she was 7 months old and I miss her tremendously. I went and picked up her ashes just like I don't know, 5 hours ago. So I wasn't really in the headspace to do a stream last week, but I will aim to be consistent going forward. Maybe I'll actually play the tracker one of these days. Okay, so first of all, my friend Mike sent me that tracker for free because he's a really good friend. I've known him for like 20. Is that right? Maybe like 16, 18 years. I know it, you know. And after I met him, I shouldn't say all that. Suffice it to say, he sent me the tracker, and it's like interesting, but I'm really, really bad about it. I'm really bad at it. It doesn't click for me, and I would really love for it to click. So maybe what I'll have to do one time is just do like a tracker stream, right? Like not roll the dice for it, not just randomly get the tracker, but like focus on the tracker. Like sit down for one of these streams, because I'm trying to name them in such a way that makes sense to what it is. Like this blank slate stream. Blank slate stream is the one where I roll the dice. But maybe another stream will be a tracker stream. Maybe, you know, when MPC 3.0 comes out, I'll do an MPC 3.0 stream. Yeah. Trackers are super interesting, and it's like it's very inspiring to look into like the history of them and like the demo scene and like their place in like jungle music in the 90s and stuff like that. Trackers and like tracker history is fascinating. I just personally am not good with using trackers, and you know, maybe I'll get better at it one day. Maybe not. Yeah, it is very spreadsheet. So, just to go on a little tangent about this tracker real quick. There are features where you can say, like, you pick a sample and then you say, when I place this sample, I want to skip the next X number of steps and then place the sample again. So you can very quickly throw down like a 4 on the floor, like bop, 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 and you've got a kick every 4 steps. So like there's some immediacy to it, but then I lose track when I get into the weeds with it. There's also, because you can use a single track to put a large number of different samples on, much like I did with the Poly and Play last week or 2 weeks ago, which I would love to play with again. Once you do that, you can't really easily mute them, or I don't know. There's complexities to it, but it is like similar enough to the Poly and Play, which does make sense to me, that I think if I get better with the Poly and Play, I'll get better with the tracker. You know what I mean? Anywho, I think that's about a wrap for tonight, and I appreciate you being here, and anybody watching after the fact. Hopefully this wasn't as painful as the last one, because I had to put like chapter markers on my last live stream because there were like 10-minute sections where I was just like looking for cables and it was boring as hell. Anyhow, thank you for being here, and Tony, I look forward to hearing some of the music you make with your engine and all of your beautiful instruments. Andrew, I look forward to meeting you at a synth meet and, riding along for your journey on the synthesizer, hobby as well. But with that, I'm gonna wind it down. So thank you for being here. I'll talk to you guys another time.